2024 season, where London will play host to a different kind of football. It's the Caps and the Armadillos on EA Sports.
Here in London, we see one of the world's most iconic football venues, Wembley Stadium. And since 2007, it's welcomed the NFL to stage some American football contests as well. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in.
The veneer of a new season is gone as we hit the middle third of the schedule. It's away here in Week 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And leading them out to the #1 overall pick in this year's draft out of USC, a player with immense promise, Caleb Williams.
Caleb was one of the most hyped prospects ever out of college football, and I'm not speaking out of turn or any hyperbole there. It's why he was the #1 pick. And you put on his highlight reel, Kate, you can put that highlight reel against anybody the last 50 years. The way that he creates and extends plays, the ways that he can run and still sling it totally off platform and off balance all over the field. He also does it with a flair, an eccentricity that is unique and really not common coming into the league as well. A superstar in the making.
1st and 10 from the 41. Williams from the gun. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be a first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Dumps it off to his running back. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Williams. He finds Johnson. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. They'll run it here. It's James Conner. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Trying to run it in, Conner. Has them the touchdown. The Caps finish up an excellent opening series. It's a James Conner touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Caps will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Here's Greg Dortch with the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. Bringing him out, coming off a tough rookie season as the top pick in the 2023 draft is Bryce Young.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great, no interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Play action now, Young. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll give him a first down. Has the connection to Adunze. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And it'll give him a first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
To the air on first down, Young. Pass is caught, it's T.J. Hawkinson. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They'll come up 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. That's into the hands of Dobbs. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
He's on the move. And he's brought down at the line.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Young. Getting out to his left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Smith able to put it through, and it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Turpin with a return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Caps and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. First down throw by Williams. The throw left side finds Johnson. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun handoff to Connor. Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. Sent down by Cody Barton. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They get an even 10 on that play. And they'll have 1st down. Williams set to pass. Taken in by Smith. And he's in. Touchdown! The Caps get 6 more on their early advantage. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
McManus there to tack on the point after. And the Caps drive their lead to 11. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They bring Dobbs in motion left. Young on 1st and 10. Has his man, it's Odunze. And he'll get it up to the 44. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
He loses the football. Oh, and they get it back. The play's still live. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that gives them the 1st. Here's a give for Wright. He's contained at the line for no gain. That was Reed Blankenship making the stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the 1st quarter. The scoreboard reads 14-3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. We're all set to start the 2nd. Offense already out to resume its drive. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Wright with the 1st down and more. And he's able to take this one in for the touchdown. The Armadillos make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. Jalen Wright with the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Armadillos cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Turpin with a return. And look at this return. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers have to determine how severe this may be. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st down, Williams. Finds the in route complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Flush down out to his left. Now here he goes. And he has a massive gain in style, sliding in safely after a tremendous pickup. It's a 31-yard play, and they're going to have a first down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. They motion the tight end over. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Williams will look to throw. He brings it in. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Caps now lead by 10. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Extra point try is good by McManus. And the Caps drive their lead to 11. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Dortch now to return it. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Armadillos send a running back, Jalen Wright, getting set to begin another drive. They find themselves down 21-10 as they take over. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He's on the move, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I wish every fan could just get the perspective on the field. When you stand on the sidelines, you realize how fast this game is. And as a QB, you've got to understand. When you get that amount of time, you've got to get rid of the ball because this game moves in a hurry.
Has the connection to Wright. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And he can't hurt you with a return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. The Caps and Gabe Davis ready to go to work again offensively. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Williams on the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Now Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
This offense has been in a rhythm, settled in and found it in the first half, but hopefully that sack for this defense can disrupt that rhythm just a little bit. Kind of reminds me, Kate, in baseball when you're facing an elite pitcher, just get somebody on base. Just make that pitcher think a little bit. Hopefully that sack for this defense does the same to the QB.
It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they're going to take over with some excellent field position. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Wright running out of the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tackled there by Jordan Lewis. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Young. Escape. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Armadillos sending out their punter. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. Now this offense getting set to work here. And they came in on a rough stretch, 4 straight losses, but things looking better now as they've got this lead. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. Ready to start this drive with Connor. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Taken down by Fuller Run Show Fanukasi. Everyone's prepped, it's 2nd down now. From the 19. It's caught right side by Johnson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Connor here from the gun. Breaks the tackle, still going. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Davis motioning left. On 2nd down, a run with Connor. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop. So now here's 3rd and 5. Williams from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it sets up 1st down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
1st down carry for Connor. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Gets this to Johnson. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Sent down by Cody Barton. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll give him a 1st down.
Well, I can promise you that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical first down.
It is caught left side. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, Williams. Forced out to his right. Now he takes it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll be a first down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Williams to throw on first. He'll get this one to Connor. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Sent down by Cody Barton.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 28. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Off the play fake, Williams. Escapes the pocket. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. To throw is Williams. And the catch is made for the touchdown. The Caps get more points to end a lopsided first half. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
McManus on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Caps push their lead to 18. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Devin White hauls him down. So we're at halftime of a lopsided contest thus far. One team with a whole lot of adjustments to make during the break. Now we'll send you back stateside to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has the EA Sports Halftime Report all queued up and ready to go.
We watched the veteran James Conner put together a very solid first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Kick this one away. Dortch now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So their offense will have it first to begin quarter number 3. In that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this third quarter. Now a run with Wright. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. 2nd down now, 7 to go. from the 29. That's caught by A.J. Brown. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Out of the gun, Young. He's on the move. Oh, look at this, here he goes. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. Options are open here, it's 2nd and inches. Here's a give inside to right. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Right, reels it in. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. 2nd down now, 7 to go. He'll get this one to Brown. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Young working from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Will Reichert now to try the field goal. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. Smith able to put it through. And that lowers the deficit to 15.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Turpin with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Caps headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Connor on the inside give. We're working a couple of yards past the line. That was Harold Landry making the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Here's Williams. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll give him a 1st down.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw, Williams. Escapes the pocket. Pressure's on him, and it gets home. He's dropped. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Williams set to pass. He's on the move. He can run it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Here's the Caps punt team now. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Rank gets it, headed right. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. They run again with Wright. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That was Reed Blankenship making the stop.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
This finds Dobbs. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's Young to throw. Caught. This is Greg Dulcich. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Young. On the move, past the 40. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Young on 1st and 10. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And it sets up 2nd down. They send a receiver in motion right. They run it from the gun with Wright. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Young looking to throw. Dump off caught by his back. Running in the red zone. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. All set up now for 1st and 10. Motioning him from the slot right. Running behind center with Wright. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Wright goes up and over for the touchdown. The Armadillos shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Jalen Wright with the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Reichard there to tack on the extra point. And the Armadillos get it back to within 1 score. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Turpin with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. 1st down, Williams. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's 2nd down coming up. They've got a man in motion. Throwing again on second, Williams. Escapes the pocket. He'll try and run this. And he breaks out the slide. Didn't want to take a hit, but he is just shy of the first down marker. 3rd and just 2 to go. Straight ahead, it's Connor. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
They're out now, ready to punt it. Michael Dixon will kick it away. He has it at the 13. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. It's still just a one-score game as we resume play in the 4th. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. Taken in by Dobbs. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Young to throw it. Has the connection to right. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Has the connection to Odunze. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's a give for right. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. New set of downs for him from the 46. Play action now. Young. Taking a big shot for the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now it's 2nd down. Young throwing here. Flushed out of the pocket. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Now it's Young. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Rush coming for Young. As the open man downfield. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Armadillos down by only 2 in the 4th. It's a T.J. Hockenson touchdown. They aren't taking the offense off. All right, leaving him out, trying for 2. All or nothing, they'll run it. And he gets into the end zone. This one all tied up here in the 4th quarter. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the 2nd half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
That's a good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. Take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
Now, after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense ready to get going again now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. First down throw by Williams. Renfro on the catch. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Running left, it's Connor. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He gets 6 on that play, and it'll give him a first down.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Davis there to grab it. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Throwing deep. They connect on the deep shot. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown. The Caps take a 4th quarter lead. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to flow toward it, and that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Kate, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
That one splits the uprights. And the Caps break that tie and now lead by 7. Dortch now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Armadillos returning their offense and this running back to the field. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw, here's Young. Not enough on this throw, it hits the turf instead of his man.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
A 2nd down throw for Young. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. So now here's 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Young. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs. But not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Ball taken in at the 36. And he's brought down before the return gets far. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. Ready to start this drive with Connor. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, It prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Finds him on the crossing route. He does it. Touchdown! The Caps go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. That one right down the middle. And the Caps double their lead to 14. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Dortch now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Armadillos and this running back headed back out for a new series. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Escapes the... Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. Offense to the line for 2nd down. And he'll get it up to the 27. Only 2 yards on the run, and they're left with 3rd and 11. Young working from the gun. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. 16 yards on the play. And they'll have 1st down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
To the air on 1st down. Young has his man. It's Odunze. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Now Young. On the move, headed right. He's running with it. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going for it again. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Here's Young to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. 2nd and 3. Rolling left, buying some time. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. We've reached the 2-minute warning from London. Armadillos, 14 points back. From the red zone now. Able to find Hawkinson. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2nd and 3 now. Looking to throw, Young. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looks like play has been paused. We've got a timeout taken by the defense. Sticking to the air, it's Young. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Here he is to throw. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Desperation time here on 4th. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And the fumble bounces out, so they lost the ball, they lost yards, and now they lose possession with a turnover on downs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout, lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And their trip across the pond, a fruitful one, Brock, as they claim the victory over here in London. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Caps, as we say cheerio from London.